Welcome. Let me show you around our building.
Thanks, Ron. So how did you start your day today?
Oh, today I was up early, way early, because someone was snoring. 12:40 this morning.
What time did you wake up this morning then?
12:40.
And were you up that whole time until now?
I was up that whole time until now. Yeah, I got a workout in. I got everything done. I took care of my grandson. We just had a new grandbaby named Cooper. We're going to call her Coop. Carson got sick, so the Joy's taking care of little ones. So I've been up and I feel remarkably good. But I'm a big believer in getting just the right amount of sleep and feel amazing.
Well, if you could spend your day with anyone in the world, who would that be?
George Washington.
Why?
Just, with everything that's gone on, I think our founding fathers are incredible. And the thought process they had in putting our democracy together. But I'd like for him to see, hey, here's what's happened. What advice would you give us? What should we change?
What would you and George Washington do?
You know what? I think George would say, we got too many professional politicians that don't know anything about running businesses, and we need to get back to what we did, where people actually served as a sacrifice in order to run our country. And if we did that, we would have, I think, the best run company in the world, which would be the United States government and the economy.
Okay. So where are we at right now in your building?
This is our Commons area. I love this area. This is our Husker, Blue Jay, Maverick, local themes. And as you'll notice, what I love about our space is we have all kinds of different comforts, and they're not the traditional kind of spaces, but absolutely love it. And we got an Evic one on here today, it looks like.
What is one thing you would love to master?
I just ordered a hand drum. So it's really cool, makes a lot of really cool sounds. I'd never seen it. And I was on a retreat in Nashville last week and heard someone playing it. So, next thing.
Awesome. What beverage do you typically drink?
Coffee.
Coffee.
Love my black coffee. It's like after I put the dogs out in the morning and I do my meditation, I start every day with gratitude for 5 minutes. Then I go into meditation. Then I have my putter time, which I cherish my putter time. I learned that from Jeff Bezos. I didn't know what to call it. He calls it putter time, and it's 30 to 60 minutes just to do whatever I want to do in the morning, having my coffee, and then I work out, and then I end up having meetings, normally starting somewhere between 6:30 and 7 a.m. in the morning.
Well, where was the last place you traveled?
I was just in Nashville.
Where are you going next?
I'm going tomorrow, I'm heading to Arizona.
And what's your favorite snack?
Raw nuts.
Favorite cuisine to cook?
Cook or eat?
Cook and eat.
I love elk tacos, and I love cooking anything egg scrambles. I just love scrambles. By the way, I want to show off this area here, which is a great sit stair, but that screen, all of our internal stakeholders can gather here. They can gather around the balcony, which I just love. I just love the way the whole team really laid out our forever home, because we're a 100-year company, right? And then we won't do it today, but we've got a walkway and we've got another tower that we're going to build, so we will be here for the rest of our lives, at least the rest of my life. Anyway.
So now that we're seeing your building, tell us what else there is to do in Omaha. What's your favorite thing to do in Omaha?
Oh my gosh, my absolute favorite thing. Can I show off my learning center here?
Yes.
The Learning Center. This is where we learn, we collaborate, we meet, we come up with great ideas. We've got lots of these kind of spaces within Carson headquarters. What was that question again?
What is your favorite thing to do in Omaha?
Oh, there's so many great things to do in Omaha, but sit out by the fire pit on a nice evening. If you're in Omaha, the house overlooking the lake.
And what's your favorite season?
So a quote from Piglet and Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh says to Piglet, "Piglet, what day is it?" And Winnie the Pooh says it to Piglet. Piglet says, "Well, Winnie the Pooh, it's today." And he goes, "Oh, good, that's my favorite day." So that's my favorite day, is every day, right? By the way, I want to show off these bench. For those of you that don't know, we're in Boys Town, and many people, I'm shocked, have never heard of Boys Town before. So go look at Father Flanagan's Boys Town. Mickey Rourke actually played it when the movie was made. And there was a barn sitting here, and they made this barn out of this bench out of the barn. So kind of cool way to bring the past to the present.
What book did you most recently read?
I got a bunch of them. Conscious Medicine and The Infinite Game is two that I'm reading right now and I love, but the favorite book I've read of the year is Nelson Mandela's Long Walk to Freedom. For those of you that start, warn you, it's 28 hours of audio and, oh, we got construction. You hear that noise? That's great. That's progress. That is, we're building out additional space because we're absolutely full here at Carson. We're in full growth mode, which is a heck of a lot of fun, so excuse the noise.
What's your favorite artist or band?
Lady Gaga, we love. However, Sunday night, you and I went to a concert from someone I met at Burning Man, and it was called Gone, Gone Beyond, and Trevor Hall actually opened up for them. So if you've not heard him, I strongly recommend it because I think that might be one of my new favorites. It's a really heart-opening kind of music.
How many 14ers have you climbed?
56.
And what was your favorite?
From a standpoint of accomplishment, Rainier and Capitol, because they were the most technical and just hard, long, cold. But as far as I'm gonna go relax or take someone with me and enjoy it, La Plata.
What's the next mountain you'll climb?
I'm going to Everest Base Camp. I leave next week. I leave a week from this Friday.
Where are we at right now?
Here we are. This is our 6th floor. This is the reception area. Gene, our director of First Impressions, who's been here forever, and then we have some really cool. You'll notice the theme. You know, our brand promise is "Find Your Freedom," and so we have the Freedom Conference Room, the Empower Conference Room. Jane, the most awesome human being in the world. She ties for first for, you know, a few others, but she's amazing. So she is amazing.
We're walking by conference rooms. How do you prepare for a meeting?
So I mentally prepare. I'm a big, take a few moments, slow down and speed up. I want to visualize the outcome that I want, and then I go into the meeting with lots of great energy and just a very specific goal in mind.
What do you take into a meeting physically?
Pen and a yellow notepad.
You don't take a computer or anything?
I don't take a computer. Once in a while, I'll have an iPad, but anymore, I rarely have that. You know, I just think electronics just rule the day. I hope you notice some of our cool spaces here. Again, put a lot of thought into being comfortable here at Carson HQ and having a lot of our internal stakeholders intersect, collaborate ideas. I mean, that's one of the big costs that COVID had, is we weren't in each other's energy and presence. And we're coming into my absolute favorite part of the building, which is Nellie's, named after my black lab, Nellie. And we've had so many client events and stakeholders come up here all the time, have lunch, hang out, have a beer. Here we have eating some lunch today. And then we can open up this and have our outdoor fire pit. And we have great music, Sonos in here. What a beautiful day today. And that fire pit, which we love. And then this is one of the largest developments in the Midwest, if not the largest. It's gonna go forever. We have great restaurants, hotels, everything will be within walking distance of Carson Corporate Headquarters.
So tell us about Nellie. How old is she?
Nellie's 11.
And
she's my spirit dog.
Tell us about that. What's that mean?
That means that Jeannie and I just did some legacy planning, and the facilitator wanted to know what our default animal, spirit animal, and I said black lab, specifically Nellie. And also every once in a while we had our alter ego, or, you know, more call it out there spirit. We're not in our best self, and mine is Sasquatch.
Ron, what do you do in your free time?
Oh my gosh, free time is with family, meditation, in nature, just connecting with people. There's Nellie, and just really, I mean, I just love being in the presence of people outside in nature is really my absolute favorite thing, and I love sitting around fire pits. You know, we have one here in Omaha. We have one really almost everywhere we go, and we burn real fire wood, even in our house.
Ron, can you grab Nellie? Does she have a favorite trick?
Yeah, come here, Nellie. Nellie, come here. Come on, girl. Nellie, come on. Here, come here. Let's show them a trick. You ready? Bang, bang. Oh, yeah. She loves, and her love language is food, if anybody wondered. Huh. Yes, good girl. Good girl.
Should we go back this way? Can you take us to your office?
I sure can. Yeah, come around. Let's take a look.
So how do you keep your energy so high throughout the day?
You know what? Well, first of all, I have a clean diet, but I start every day with my gratitude session and meditation. I work out. And I have the 6 Most Vital One. I'm very specific about my goals and things. And when you're really committed or really excited about items that you need to get done, you want me to throw that for her?
Sure.
Here we go. Here now. Let's show them how you can retrieve. Come on, go get it. Go get the ball. She'll do that for hours upon hours.
She really did the whole hallway.
She did. You've heard me talk about blueprint your life. And if you live your life by design, not by default, don't let life live you. Don't be on an unconscious journey to arrive at death safely. You've heard all that before. I live it every day, and I'm all about specific goals. And when you're really committed and excited about the action item you're working on, it gives you good energy. You gotta look at this picture. This I found in Aspen, and because I don't listen to music when I'm out in nature and I'm doing my hikes, I'm just in my head, and that's what my head looks like. I've always got gears turning and thinking, and when I saw it, I know not everybody's a fan of this. I think it's me. I love it. And then I want to show you one other piece. I've only got one tattoo, but I'm getting another. A friend designed this for me when I described how I feel, and it's a mountain, water, nature, energy, and just really contentment. And this person, if you look at them, baseline is good. I want to impact, and that gives me energy, the baseline of my internal stakeholders here at Carson, but also the people we serve and people that don't even know who we are, that we want to serve, that we want to improve their baseline. And just imagine if we could get the whole world in that kind of state of contentment.
Well, that's amazing, Ron. We'll end in your office. Show us your favorite thing in your office.
This is it. And by the way, absolute favorite place for Nellie is her bed, and she's accumulated all kinds of toys. She brings up a ball from the fitness center every day. Over here, some may or may not know this, I grew up on a farm. I'm into farming, and we got a program with Charity Water where we're actually taking the net income off the farms, and we are funding freshwater wells with Charity Water. And the farmers are super psyched because they each get a sheet that shows how many people they're providing fresh water for per day. So they're feeding and giving the world clean water to drink. I can't think of anything more exciting if you don't have food or clean water than to have access to that.
Well, thank you so much for showing us around.
Thank you, and have an awesome day.